A training institute for the regional security system should soon be up and running. This has been revealed by Regional Security Coordinator Grantley Watson. He made the comments at the closing ceremony for an Advanced Section Leaders Seminar at the RSS Central Liaison Office, Paragon. Sean Farrell reports.
The RSS is hoping to standardize the curricula taught in the various territories with the establishment of the Regional Training Institute. It's expected to offer a pilot commander's course for middle and senior level officers later this year, followed by another one for recruits.
It is envisaged that with the establishment of the RSS for the Institute, structured and standardized training will be delivered to all rank levels, particularly within the police forces, thereby increasing overall efficiency.
Technology will be heavily employed in the teaching process, and according to officials, the main idea is to have a structured training program. The Institute is one of many projects in the RSS 2010-2020 corporate plan.
That plan provides for other major projects which we are already looking at for implementation. And these are a regional trends and analysis unit, which will help us to properly assess the trends in the region so that we can provide the appropriate response. A regional Coast Guard that will give us a better feel for what is happening in our maritime space. And last but not least, an RSS Serious Crimes Task Force.
34 participants from 8 territories, including Barbados, started the seminar last Monday with 4 leadership experts from the Florida National Guard. The seminar was fully funded by the United States government. Sean Farrell, CBC News.
Barbados needs to maintain stronger links and cooperate with regional and international institutions if it is to address issues affecting its agriculture sector. According to Chief Agriculture Officer Barton Clark, it is important as the country seeks to maintain food security in this economic climate. He made the comments at an Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture seminar at Chelsea House, noting that IECA, FAO, CARDI and the UWI are very important to Barbados' agricultural development.
We understand that economic circumstances impact upon you equally as they impact upon us, and we understand that you're not donor agencies, but we recognize that you have considerable technical talent which can be brought to bear in assisting us in changing direction, improving efficiency, and being far more globally competitive.
Good evening, I'm Kent Jerson, and this is the Business Report. The private sector in Barbados wants government to reverse some of the revenue-raising measures introduced in last year's budget. The message is being conveyed through the umbrella body, the Barbados Chamber of Commerce and Industry. President Andy Armstrong says the budgetary measures took a bit too much from consumers who are now also contending with high prices.
They have to spend that money now on electricity and gas, which have gone up a lot. So it's a lot less disposable income for them to spend. And it's really put a squeeze on a lot of them. So I don't know what. There's certainly things that could be done. We'd like him to look at making travel allowances, perhaps non-taxable again, or failing that, raising the income tax threshold. But something to put a little bit more money in the pockets of the middle class, basically, at the start of the month.
Mr. Armstrong says the private sector also wants to hear firm plans about how government intends to tackle the fiscal deficit and see them implemented. He offers a suggestion in this regard, one that relates to the Transport Board.
Try and make them into more of a regulatory agency. So instead of trying to run all the routes themselves, they could start subcontracting out some of the routes with certain conditions, while protecting free bus fare for pensioners and for school children, because that would be required in you bidding to run a certain route. But I have to believe that because the private sector already manages to operate in the transport sphere successfully, that we can do the job more efficiently than the government, and I think they can cut that $45 million a year subsidy to the Transport Board by opening it up to more competition.
And the Pine Hill dairies tonight recalling some of their products. The recall is for all half-liter, whole milk and 2% milk from retail shelves across the island. The products being recalled are the half-liter ultra pasteurized fresh whole milk with expiry dates of September 12, 2011 and September 13, 2011. The recall also includes half-liter ultra pasteurized fresh 2% reduced fat milk with an expiry date of September 13, 2011. This action comes after PHD's quality assurance team detected premature spoilage in 3 batches of the product. Pine Hill Dairy is asking consumers who still have some of the products in their possession to return them to the customer service department at B&B's distribution in Newton, that is, where it will be exchanged. A brief look at the stocks now. Here's a summary of today's trading on some of the region's exchanges.
And a very good evening to all. Boy, those showers were long in coming, but they did come. They did materialize. We had 12.1 millimeters of rainfall so far at the airport this evening. And I'll tell you why they took so long to come. Well, the temperatures actually got up to 31.2 degrees Celsius today. We had a fair amount of sunshine across Barbados and across some of the islands. The minimum temperature, though, this evening plunged to 28.3 at 6 o'clock. Skies were cloudy. It was raining at the airport. The temperature was down to a cool 25 degrees Celsius. The humidity, 98%. The winds out of the north at 11 kilometers per hour. That speaks to a significant fall off in the wind speeds. And as I told you, 12 millimeters of rainfall so far and counting. Well, Barbados and the island chain under the mass of cloud associated with that tropical wave. There is one tropical wave though in the eastern Atlantic. That is along 32 degrees west. That is of moderate to strong intensity. And of course, we'll be monitoring that system. Now, the axis of the tropical wave, which was moving towards the region last night, it actually is about now moving across the area around 59, 60 degrees west. Loads of moisture associated with this tropical wave. Let's put the cloud in motion. As you recall last night, we indicated that most of the cloud was ahead of the axis of the tropical wave, and the models did suggest that the significant convection was going to be passing to the north of Barbados. And incidentally, that's exactly what happened, so that Dominica, Martinique, St. Lucia, those islands actually had showers and isolated thunderstorms. Now, with the axis just about passing across Barbados and the islands, the back edge of the tropical wave is now about sweeping across our area, and it is from that section of the tropical wave that we're getting these showers and isolated thunderstorms. Yes, showers and isolated thunderstorms. I took a look at the latest radar images. It did show that we're going to be seeing a little break in the shower activity, but there's another section just about pushing through in about another hour or so, and that is going to be producing another batch of showers. Thereafter, there are 2 scenarios that we're going to be looking at. This intertropical convergence zone activity is being pulled northward, so we could very well see a little break in that, but this could very well generate some showers into tomorrow, even though we are looking at another scenario where the winds are falling off and the possibility of some afternoon showers could very well develop. I'll be back after the break. And welcome back. The moisture levels are going to be on the further on the increase. Of course, the tropical wave with its northwestern trajectory is going to be taking most of its moisture up the island chain, so that the northern islands, they're going to be feeling the effects. I mean, even as far as Puerto Rico tomorrow, they're going to be looking at showers and isolated thunderstorms. Intertropical convergence zone activity. The high pressure has weakened quite significantly. As a result, there's a possibility of some afternoon showers, but as I indicated, that northward pull on the intertropical convergence zone, that could create another scenario. Let's take a look at our 4-day prediction. We're going to be looking at Saturday through to Tuesday. Partly cloudy skies, scattered showers expected tomorrow. Sunday is when we are expecting drying out, fairly significant drying out of the atmosphere. But towards Monday, we're going to be looking at another peak in moisture level. Sunrise, 19 minutes rather to 6. The sunset is going to be at 28 minutes after 6. The tide situation, the first high tide 29 minutes after 9 in the AM. The second is going to be at 28 minutes after 9 in the PM. The first low tide 3:24 in the AM. The second is going to be at 2:47 in the afternoon. And the Seas slight to moderate in open water. Swells are peaking at 1.5 meters. The winds across Barbados and across the region, easterly to east-southeasterly 10 to 30 kilometers per hour. Our predictions for Barbados for tonight: partly cloudy to cloudy with some scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. We actually recorded some thunderstorm activity. Fair to partly cloudy with some scattered showers tomorrow, and we are looking at those showers during the afternoon. But with the intertropical convergence zone being deflected northward, could bring in a little bit more moisture.